Previously on the Tony Kornheiser Show.
Now we are at 2 o'clock in the afternoon with 10 hours left. And here's the tricky part for me. 10 hours left. These shows go into reruns by April most of the time, don't they, Dennis?
Yeah, usually. Well, they usually don't have 24 episodes, do they?
Now we got 10 to go, and we're at March 6th. Well, how are you going to fit them in? You can go all the way through May?
He's going to travel to the East Coast and lose 3 hours.
Yeah, it's 15 times in the first 15 minutes. They curse like that. Again, I mean, you can have Mark Shapiro on the air all you want. You can defend this from now till the end of time. But I am telling you that just like with a newspaper, when this network comes into your home every single day for X amount of years, and you've been able to park your kids and yourself in front of it, if that kind of language goes out there, you just can't say people are strongly cautioned. You got to say, hey, we're cursing our brains out here.
Live from Washington, D.C. in the studios of the ESPN Zone, this is the Tony Kornheiser Show. Now, Tony Kornheiser.
Now, let's get to a few things. First of all, in my discussion of 24 yesterday, it was pointed out by Gary Big Time Braun, who doesn't even believe I watched the show. Believes I'm so stupid because I kept calling him Senator David Paymer for 9 weeks. And I said that the woman's name was Alberta King. And he points out it's Alberta Green. And he said, and Kevin's a dope, too, because he says yes to everything you say.
That's right,
It's Alberta
Tony.
Green. It's Al Green after a sex change operation. It's Alberta Green.
stay
It's the
together.
woman who took over CTU. And CTU, which I didn't know what it stood for, it stands for Counterterrorism Unit. I got the unit right. Unit Shield Classic. But it's counterterrorism.
That's right, Tony.
All right, now, thank you, Kevin. The sweater situation. Andrew in Pittsburgh has been, since we got on in Pittsburgh, he's been a very loyal emailer. We really need to give Andrew in Pittsburgh a sweater. Howard in D.C., who no longer calls, but Howard listens every day and has listened for 10 years. Howard in D.C. has to get a sweater. And Andrew Rubin in Los Angeles, a lawyer, he listened to us all the time. He's got to get a sweater. So that sort of takes away all the sweaters.
Open competition.
Yeah, that's what we like. So those are who the sweaters have to go to. And then they should call us, speak to Dennis or Phil, and just give them your address, and you'll get a sweater. All right. Yesterday, Don Imus, who does a syndicated morning talk show all around the country to millions and millions of people, and who has been a great friend of mine for years, boosting my career many, many times. I will not knock Don Imus. I think he's got a great show. I used to be on it. I'm not on it anymore because, I'm opposite his station in New York now. We are on ESPN 1150?
1050
1050.
ESPN.
We're on ESPN 1050, and he's on the Fan. So I can't be on the show anymore. But I revere him, and I think he does the best radio. I'm sorry if this is going to annoy people, but you're entitled to your opinion. I'm not saying other shows aren't very good. I just think he does a great radio show, and it's smart and it's funny, and he's done it for 100 years, and I'm a big fan. And yesterday he rewarded my fandom by saying this on radio.
Tony Kornheiser is one of the funniest columnists who ever wrote a newspaper column. And he was writing the sports columns for the Washington Post, and he was writing the Sunday style column in the style section of the Washington Post. It doesn't get any more prestigious than that, period. He gives that up to go and do a show on ESPN with Michael Wilbon, I believe the guy's name is, called, I'm not sure.
PTI.
Pardon the interruption.
Pardon the interruption.
PTI.
It is, now, and this is the right word, it is wretched.
Thanks.
You don't give up you don't give up a column in the Washington Post style section on Sunday to go to 60 Minutes.
Well,
forget going to ESPN or ESPN or whatever they're on. It is so absolutely awful that it is embarrassing. Have you ever seen it, Bernie?
Never.
It is so awful you can't watch it. It's this manufactured outrage and they each try to adopt an adversarial position on all of these various issues, and talking about who has the best blonde hair, Tiger Woods or Serena Williams, or I mean, it is beyond
Insipid crossfire.
It is so absolutely awful, but what's worse about it is it's phony. And here is the even more. This is even the worst part. They are telling them that it's great.
Get that done. Way to go, Tony.
The people at ESPN are telling Tony and the other guy that it's great. It's not great, Tony. It's awful.
You guys are on fire. You're killing.
They got him on 6 nights a week. Tony, yes, it is. You should be embarrassed. It is awful. You look awful. The other guy's a fat dope. It is awful. Your clothes suck. You suck. You're Tony Kornheiser, for God's sake.
Jeez.
So there you have it, another satisfied customer. Another watcher of PTI.
He did watch.
Feel pretty good about that.
Good thing it's a friend of yours.
Phony, that's right. Imagine if he didn't like me, and imagine if I didn't think he had the best radio show in America. Phony, well, calls Wilbon a fat dope. I mean, I think we're all sort of in accord about that.
He's obviously seen it.
My clothes suck. I mean, come on, I'm trying real hard. The night that we did Serena Williams and Tiger Woods, I had on one of those new ties that the wardrobe babes came down from Bristol to give me, these XMI platinum ties, and Wilbon said, "That's a great tie. That's a great tie. That tie looks great." And I had on a suit. I had a Brioni suit. I mean, come on.
Have you seen him recently? It's like a reject from a dude ranch.
Call him Joseph Good.
Well, he's selling everything he wears.
Yeah,
but I'm a fan. What? Who was that? What was that?
It's Andy Polley.
Oh,
yeah.
Oh, you never heard that one?
No, I was talking and I didn't hear it. I thought it was Wilbon for a second. I thought Wilbon was actually live on the air.
Hold on for 1 second.
Why? Andy Polley. Okay, thank you. That's good. By the way, did you get what did I ask for before?
I don't know.
Somebody's record?
No,
It doesn't matter. Okay, so how am I supposed to? I think I should be flattered, don't you, Andy?
I think you should invite him on for 5 good minutes.
Yeah, I think that was great. He thinks the show's a complete phony. Now, it's not a complete phony. 80%. Not a complete phony.
That's perfect.
I mean, we don't disagree on everything. We disagree on a lot of things. Here's how it works. Right before the show starts, Wilbon and I get together, and you know that Ray Lewis dance that the Ravens do all the time?
Where my dog's in the house?
Wilbon and I do that dance, and then we put our hands together and we go, "Let's make television." And that's what happens. So we're somewhat phony, but it is true. ESPN's telling us we're great, we're crushing, we're killing. We had a .4 the other night. How great is that? We were seen by as many as 18 people. That's pretty good. I don't know about you. Don't give up a column and do 60 minutes. I love I still write columns for the Washington Post. I write sports columns. I don't write Sunday allegedly humorous column anymore. But believe me, when PTI goes down the drain, I'm going to go back and do it. That's what I do for a living. Maybe I'll get back on Imus's good side. But praise like that, I mean, you got to like that. We'll play that again later in the show because I really enjoyed it. Let's go to Andy Polley in Sports Center.
Andy Polley.